Shalom, shalom. First, we want to start off by giving all honor, praises, and infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS Great Millstone who rule well, teach and edify, and peace and blessings to you, sincere Akim, while Akwat in this household of faith. My name is Yeshaya from the GMS Arizona Church in Ottawa, Ratazah. Meaning Lord's will, gonna make an edifying video. Going into, we are sent as sheep among wolves, man. So with so being is, let's just get it out here. All right, this is Matthew 10 and verse 16. And it says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." And this is a beautiful scripture because, the scriptures do say the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. And at this stage, man, prophetically, there's a lot of things, that are going down, man. The spirit of a woman being roused up and proud, even at the fucking job site, man. You got people at the job site that's just totally wigging out on bros, man. Hell is increasing in every facet of life, man. The woman at home that you thought was a solid woman, all of a sudden she started in all kinds of arguments, man. And too, man, some brothers might even have their wife be an agent. Your wife might be a fucking agent. They all agents of chaos at the end of the day. And shit, man. And even she that is my enemy. Matthew 7 and 10, or Micah 7 and 10, man. See, man, we're not in those times where we're ready to fight. The Lord give us spiritual power. Lord will give us deliverance. He will change our bodies in a twinkling of an eye. But at this stage, man, like it has been, we have to be as harmless as doves, man. We have to be the ultimate de-escalator. The ultimate de-escalator, the ultimate level head in every situation that we enter into, man. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So being the fact that, we try to fight these battles, man, the Lord, may not be with you for all of them. He may not be with you if you fighting for carnal reasons too. For the lust of the flesh, the lust of this life and the pride of life, man. Roughly paraphrasing, a lot of times, man, the reason why people will try to argue with you is because, they don't like you because that spirit that's within you. And if it be any other reason, it's just, pride and lust and shit like that, envy, covetousness, and we can't stoop down to a level like that, man. If a nigga wants to fight you because he's coveting after something that you have, you, as a man of the Lord, man, as a man in general, cannot stoop down to that nigga's level and try to fight back with him about some shit that you already got. You already got the win. Shit. This nigga out here mad because he just don't got it. He has his own fucking demons, his own envious, covetous ass demons, that's influencing his decision making and his thought processes, man. What he thinks is smart and what he thinks isn't smart. And we can't be like these niggas, man. We have to have confidence in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that, truly turning the other cheek, man, and getting away from these people is ultimately going to be the best for us, man, because it's just pride, that may want you to actually confront some people, man. Say some woman and shit talking shit about you. Oh, you're this, and, you believe in the Lord like that, like the Hebrew Israelite thing. Like, what are y'all even doing? Or, blase blah, like you don't make enough money or whatever the fuck these nigga bitches want to say, man. It'd be the pride to try to correct that woman, man. As if her opinion about you fucking matters, man. We don't give a fuck about what people think about us, man. People gonna call you the devil in this truth, man. They gonna call you deceived and all this, they gonna scoff and mock, but fuck them. Because at the end of the day, they err not knowing the scriptures, and we know the scriptures, man. We know Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We know the truth. We know the name. You know, and we all trying to follow the Lord, man. So to hell with what they think about it. You don't have to correct it. You know, sometimes, you know, you be like, nah, I'm not that. You know, she calling you wicked, you're like, you're wicked, you know? But getting in a full-blown argument and a back and forth with these retards just isn't even expedient generally, man. You know, bros always got to use discretion. You know, your boss is calling you lazy at the job site. You be like, what you mean, man? I'm here early on time every fucking day. I'm staying late. I'm out here doing what I got to do. So I'm really putting in that work, you know? And the Lord will ultimately have your back. But, you know, sometimes these niggas just want to lie, man. They just love to lie. That's one thing about these fucking Babylonian people. You know, just lying is like their fucking just second nature. Telling the truth is just not in their fucking characteristics, man. But this is Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 17. And it says, no weapon that is formed against me shall prosper. Every tongue that riseth against me in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh. This is our heritage of the servants of Yahweh, man. And the righteousness is of me. Our righteousness is of the Lord, man. So when we doing things right and you got people trying to call us out like we doing something wrong, they out there basically trying to call out the Lord, man. And the Lord ain't gonna let that stand. The Lord's name always perseveres through. All right? And you know, motherfuckers gonna scoff. They gonna mock. They gonna talk they shit. But at the end of the day, man, the Lord has it all, man. Because the scriptures say, what you have done unto me, or what you have done unto the smallest. Salakia, let me park real quick. Nah, that shit ain't gonna. Salakia. Motherfucker over here double parking and shit. Fuck that guy. Anyways, you know, what you have done unto the least of me, you have done unto me, or the smallest, man. So even us, man, the small ones, like we matter, man. You know, what you have done unto my little ones, you know, you should hang a millstone upon your neck and jump into a deep water. Because ultimately, the Lord's going to put judgment on a lot of these people. Some of these people might still be prospering after they've done you wrong, but that's because the Lord, He'll more than likely reserving them for the times to come, man, when they can really get a foot up their ass. Right now, you put judgment on a person, you know, there's a lot of despair they can go through. But the times that we're coming to pretty soon, man, it could be bad. Ultra bad, man. You know, they used to call the Lord in the ancient kingdom Al-Shaddai. You know, he demon-like power. Man, why would they call him a demon-like power, man? Because he's so scary, man. There's so much fear and so much dread he could put upon a person, man. And that's the thing. We have to be confident in our power, man. You know, we the sons and daughters of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Our power created this whole thing. He created it all, man. He is the order. He orders around the spiritual demon Satan, man, on his left-hand side. You know, and we have to have confidence in his ability to help us through these things, man, because the scriptures say, you know, the wicked, their heart is in their left hand, and the righteous, their heart is in their right hand in the Psalms. You know, and you go into that word left, it goes into their Latin sinistra, which where you get the word sinister from, man. So these people already have a sinister mind, man. These people already have unrighteousness all within their body. Watch, this is real quick. This is Psalms 127. It says, I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. You know, and that just further, you know, reinforces that fact, man. You know, just keep your heart pure. You know, if we're going through certain things, man, you got all these people rising up against you. You got your woman rising up against you. You might have your children, your mother, your father, man. You know, people in your life, and people might not even be in your life. Just a random nigga across the street just bugging out. You know, we always have to keep our heart pure. You know, the scriptures talk about rendering not evil for evil, but rather evil for good. And then you will be blessed, man, roughly paraphrasing. You know, we get blessed when we show that integrity to be like, I'm not going down to your level, man. I'm gonna be about my Father's business. Okay? I'm not gonna be here arguing with you and fucking going back and forth with your stupidness. Okay? And you know, this is something that's easier said than done, and that's why we must pray on it. You know, we must, you know, pray on it and ask the Lord for the Spirit to be able to do this thing, man. To not end up in those bad situations. That's where you get situations like domestic violence, man. That's where you get felonies and assault charges and battery and, you know, murders and all that type of shit, man. Attempted murders. Sitting there trying to go back into the world and you know, throw it down with them, man. You know, physical altercations start at the mouth. You know, and that's the thing, man. Real quick. What is it? Psalms. It was supposed to be real quick, so lucky. Bear with me for 1 second. No, it's not that one. There's a precept that goes into the words of the righteous heal. Or health. Okay, here it is. This is Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 18. It says, there is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword. And that's what people do in the world, man. They'll say things just to hurt you. They'll say things just to offend you. It says, but the tongue of the wise is health. You know, and let's get that word health in the blue letter real quick. This is Proverbs 12 and 18 for the word health in the blue letter. Health. And it says a prophet, a cure. You go down here in the Strong's definitions, a medicine. Okay? Figuratively, deliverance, man. And a remedy. Right here, wholesome. And that's the thing, man. The words of the wise are health, man. They're a cure. They're a medicine. So when you got this motherfucker trying to talk to you and calling you out your name and trying to pierce like a sword, you have the cure to that. For one, you can cure yourself and you can cure that person's stupidity. You know, you can tell yourself, hold up, I know the scriptures. Let's apply the scriptures. You know, this person's talking some folly. And then boom, you could be like, you could rebuke that motherfucker, man. You know, but ultimately, you know, the scriptures talk about an unrighteous person doesn't like rebuke, man. They hate it. When a wicked person gets rebuked, when Pookie and Ray Ray get told that they can't gangbang, these niggas gonna call you a devil. Like they ain't out here doing all kinds of witchcraft and sorceries, man. But hey, you know, that's at that stage where we can't stoop down to their level, man. If the first or second admonition reject, man, leave these niggas alone, man. Arguing with niggas is just gonna be like talking to a doorknob. Honestly, a doorknob would probably be smarter than a lot of these niggas, man, because at least a doorknob know how to shut the fuck up. But this is a Sirach. It's 21 or 20. Let's try. Oh, that's a good one too. Hold up. Salakia. Sirach 22 in verse 15. And it says, and I'll start at 13. It says, talk not much with a fool, and go not to him that hath no understanding. That includes these women, man. You know, talking too much to a woman, man, the more you try to reason with the woman, the more she gonna disrespect you and twist your words. You tell a woman, she tells you, oh, I'm mad because you always out with you know, your brothers and stuff. Like you married to your brothers. And then you tell them, well, this is important. It's about the Lord's business and I have to do what I have to do. They're going to be like, what are you, and, you know, they just going to keep scoffing, man. Talking to a woman is ridiculous. Man, you know, I've gotten to that stage in my personal situation where I'm just like, look, man, it's beneath me to talk to you right now. It's beneath me to talk to you right now. You too much in your feelings. Shut the fuck up. Like, I just can't deal with it. You know, it'll just vex you. And it says, talk not much with a fool and go not to him that hath no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries, man. You don't want to start, overly speaking to these niggas with their foolishness, man. Depart from him, and thou shalt find rest and never be disquieted with his madness. And it says, what is heavier than lead? And what is the name thereof but a fool? Sand and salt and a mass of iron is easier to bear than a man without understanding. Let's get that, a mass of iron. Let's see. Let's look at an image of a mass of iron. See if it just shows a... Man, come on. Let's try it like this. You know those strong men, Imagine lifting up this heavy piece of shit with sand and salt all around it. Imagine trying to grip onto that thing with sand and salt all over it. This big old mass of iron. Imagine that. And that's like dealing with these fools, man. So why pick it up? There's no point in picking it up. If you try to make a point in picking it up by picking it up, that just to say that you could pick it up, you're just as foolish as they are. So you might as well just put that shit down. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to lastly give all honor, praises, and infinite glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushua, B'Hashem Chak Wadash. Shalom.